Hello, classy people. Welcome back. My name is Wayne Bolden. I am your Speed King. We're here dialing in on the 8th race at Saturday over at Kentucky Downs. It is the FanDuel Turf Sprint. That's right. It is the 8th race for a cool 1 million shackles. That's right. A field of 12 going 6 panels. And this race, you can throw a par mutual blanket over them. It's a tough race. But before we dial into this analysis, do us a big favor. Please support us by subscribing to the channel. Hit the red button. It says subscribe. And please don't forget to ring the bell. You will be notified each and every time that we do one of these videos. We do major races. We analyze them. Major races throughout the nation each and every week. We bring them to you free of charge, zero money down. And please don't forget to join our membership. As always, shout out to the sponsorship group out there. And we are going to move right into this sprint race on Saturday, closing weekend of Kentucky Downs. Tough racetrack. This is a tough race. This FanDuel Turf Sprint for $1 million, a field of 12. Man, I wish I had one that I owned in this race for 1 million shackles. But these 3-year-olds and upwards, man, you got some oldies, you got some goodies. You know all the cast of characters in here. And this is not easy. And let's dial right in because it's a field of 12 and this may take a minute or two. And the first one, so this horse is near and dear to my heart. Diamond Oops, Oops Upside Your Head. Diamond Oops, that's right, Diamond Oops. Mr. Patrick Biancone's horse. I have a weakness for Mr. Patrick Biancone. Lionheart, he used to train. And what a classy gentleman Mr. Biancone is. So trainer Biancone and Annie, his daughter, what a wonderful team those folks are over there. But Diamond Oops coming into this race with 21 starts, 8 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3. And again, the speed figures are just not even close to being up against these, you know. The Diamond did win on July 3rd down there at Gulfstream Park, an overnight stake race on the dirt. Speed figure was just fair, okay. And the turf races does run fairly well on the turf. This horse is equally talented on both, but Diamond Oops is overmatched in this spot, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, the fan in me don't want to say it, but I got to throw Diamond Oops out, at least in the win spot here. I would use them underneath if I'm playing tries, just because it's an oldie and goodie for me. Diamond Oops, out. Fast Boat. Well, Fast Boat, listen, has 26 start, 10 wins. That's pretty good. And this is Joe Sharp's horse. This is a very nice horse by City Zip. This horse is speedy in its own right. Once again, you know, the speed figure of his last race on August 6th is exceptionally well. You know, Fast Boat beat Gear Jockey, and 2 races back was beaten by Chewing Gum and Casa Creed in the turf in the Jupiter Stakes over there at Belmont Park. So again, I really don't know what to make of Fast Boat. I mean, the horse is on again, off again like a clap on. He is coming off one of his best races. Does have 36 days off. He's 10-1. I don't like him in the win spot here, but my God, I mean, you can make a case for Fast Boat. And Bombard, the number 3 horse, well, it got 18 starts, 6 wins, 6 seconds, and 2/3 for $460,000 of total earnings. That's not bad for this 8-year-old. I did say 8 years old. Yeah, Bombard is 8. And Bombard only has 18 starts, and this horse had big breaks in between his races from one year to the other. But here's the thing, he's trained by that classy guy named Richard Mandella, so I always pay attention. And the other thing that I like about Bombard, he's 10-1, and the thing I love about him most of all, he's the engine. That's right, he is the engine. He will be on the front. Bombard, the number 3 horse. So that's going to be tough. And Gear Jockey, we talked a little bit about Gear Jockey, how the number 2 horse Fast Boat had beaten him back there on August 6th at Saratoga in the Troy Stakes. You know, he did finish up 3rd, Gear Jockey, at a cool 7-1. Was making up ground late in that 5.5 for a long race. He is 10-1. So again, I don't like him on top, but again, turf races are very tough. You know, it's about trips and positioning and getting the break. So these turf horses take turns beating up on each other, basically. So anybody that likes Gear Jockey, I'm not particularly mad at you for that. I don't like him in this spot, and I'm going to throw Gear Jockey off, at least in the win spot. Got to make a decision somewhere, right? And the number 5 horse, Born Great. Well, Born Great is a youngster in the race. He's only 5. Lightly raced with 9 starts and 4 wins. That's right, almost 50%. Brendan Walsh is your trainer of record. Speed figures are very, very light relative to all of these. But again, is a lightly raced horse. Should be still improving. Sired by Scat Daddy. I'm not negative on Born Great. Is 15-1. You know we love that. But his speed figures look too light in here to win the race, so I'm going to have to look in another spot. And the number 6 horse, Front Run the Feds. That's right, Front Run the Feds, the IRS. 14 starts, 4 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3. That's right, another youngster, 5 years old by Fed Biz. And of course, the speed figures. Last one's not very good. Fast Boat beat him. Gear Jockey beat him. Casa Creed beat him 3 back there in the stake race at Belmont on April 24th. But again, this horse is 20-1. And how do you leave him off your tries when he runs late, deep in the stretch, and he, you know, sucks up for second or third? But I don't like Front Run the Fed in this spot. You know, he doesn't have any gate speed at all. He will have to weave and dodge through the traffic, and Kentucky Downs is no wonderful place. I guess late running on that turf course like that is to your advantage, up the hill, down the hill, and wherever else they go down there at Kentucky Downs. As you can tell, I'm not a big fan, but I don't like Front Run the Feds here. And again, you can make a case for them, and particularly at 20-1. So again, if you like them, I'm not mad at you. I can't argue with you on that. And here's an oldie but goodie. That's right, a horse I believe owned by Bill Parcells and Mike Francesa. Maybe they don't anymore, but I know they used to. By Jimmy Creed. That's right, Casa Creed. 21 starts, 5 wins, 3 seconds, and 4/3. That's right, for $800,000. Trained by my guy. That's right, my favorite trainer. One of 2, him and Mr. Asmussen. This one's trained by Billy Mott. That's right, the Hall of Famer, Billy Mott. Casa Creed got beat last time. I don't know where Got Stormy won that race, how he won it in the 4-star Dave at Saratoga on the 14th of August. Boy, Got Stormy come running down the middle of the lane at a huge price, I think 12 or 14-1. And Casa Creed ran 3rd. But I think Casa did have a chance to reset here with a 4-week break. And of course, you know, Billy Mott can always get these horses in prime position. I don't particularly like the odds on Casa Creed here at 7-2 when the field is so evenly matched. I don't like that. But again, Casa Creed will be making up ground the last quarter of the mile. You can rest assured of that in this 6 furlong. And here's this CM Rimp, the number 8 horse at 20-1. Well, there's nothing about the number 8 I like at all. We're just going to throw him right off. I mean, CM Rimp has 24 starts, 6 wins, and 7 seconds. Speed figures are just horrible here. I don't like this horse at all, the number 8 horse. We're going to throw him off. And we were just talking about the number 9, Got Stormy, how he came down there. He was storming down the stretch at Saratoga on the 14th of August, toting 124 pounds. Wow, what an oldie. The horse is 6 years old, 30 starts and 12 wins in 5 seconds. So we all know Got Stormy. I mean, he can put it together. And of course, he trained by that classy guy, Mark Cassidy, who can get these horses running. You won't get 12-1 this time on Got Stormy. He's a cool 9-2 on the morning line. And I believe he's going to react off of that last race, even though he does have 28 days of rest. He did beat Casa Creed, like I said, in that race. Casa was carrying high weight as well as 120. It was 1 mile. Casa Creed is a better sprinter than he is a miler. So I think Got Stormy is in a bunch of trouble here, cutting back to 6 furlongs. And you know what? We're going to throw Got Stormy off the ticket in the win spot, at least. And here's an old horse that used to be in my stable mail. Chewing Gum. Of course, he's trained by Billy Mott. What else is new? 19 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 6/3. Chewing Gum pops up just like Got Stormy now and then and run a really, really good race. But he had gotten beat by the number 2 horse last race, Fast Boat, in the Troy Stakes on the 6th of August. And he ran 8th by 7, and also Gear Jockey beat him. And Casa Creed spanked him pretty good in the Jupiter Stakes, but he did run second in that race, so it was a grade 1. So again, you know, Chewing Gum pops up with these races from here or there and everywhere, and you know, so I don't like the fact that he's outside today. I think he may be a little bit better going long, but I don't put anything by Chewing Gum. This horse, you know, he does some things when you're not looking. He just pops up, as well as Got Stormy. So I'm going to use Chewing Gum underneath. I'm not going to put him in the win spot here. It is the classy Billy Mott, my favorite trainer by far, along with Asmussen, of course. We're going to use Chewing Gum underneath. Well, I don't know what to do with this horse. The number 11, Stubbings. Stubbings, again, you guys know this horse. Lightly raced 5-year-old with 15 starts. 4 wins, 2 seconds, and 3/3. Speed figures are just absolutely okay. They are nice. It was his first race on June 5th off of a 256-day layoff. And you know what? This horse should be tighter. You know, his first race on June 5th at Belmont in the Jupiter Stakes, where Casa Creed won and Chewing Gum ran second, this horse was 18-1 with the professional up, Mr. Javier Castellano. Today we have Luis Saez. No, you didn't say it. I do have Luis. We won't be nowhere near the front of the lead in this one because he is a deep closer, Stubbings. And this horse should be better, right? I mean, don't you think? I mean, he had been away for 256 days from 2020, made his first 5-year-old debut on June 5th. So after such a long layoff, going right into a grade 1, that tells me 2 things. One, that this horse is very healthy, coming off a 200-plus day layoff. They didn't hesitate. They took him right to a grade 1, trained by Doug O'Neill. And of course, he was probably a little short. He hadn't raced in 250 days. So Casa Creed and Chewing Gum got the jump on him. So his second start off the layoff, what am I telling you, classy people? That's 98 days ago. So of course we know he's fit and fresh, and you know Doug O'Neill can get it done. And Luis Saez is on the horse, and I don't have to tell you no more about that. That is your leading rider for the Saratoga meet of the summer of 2021. Stubbings, it should be hard to handle in this spot. Here's the thing. Can you believe Stubbings is 12-1 on the morning line? Stubbings is 12-1 on the morning line, and this is your second race off the layoff. I mean, I know the people aren't just, there's no way this horse would be 12-1. They're going to see exactly what you and I see here. Second race off the layoff, such a long layoff, so the horse should be a little bit more fitter, and it's 98 days from the June race, you know. So, yeah, we expect Stubbings to run big in this spot. And Imprimis, the number 12 horse. Number 12 horse is 6-1. Imprimis, everybody knows Imprimis. Almost won 50% of his races. He's got 20 starts with 9 wins. That's right, it's almost 50%. And this is a Joe Orsino's horse. 9 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3 for $800,000. Only 20 starts, and this is a 7-year-old. So this horse has every right to improve off of a 127-day layoff. Went into the August 6th race, which was the Troy State, where the number 2 horse, I believe, Fast Boat, beat him, and Gear Jockey ran 3rd, and he ran 4th. So again, here's another one that was on a long layoff, 120-some plus days, comes back, and he has to be tighter going into this here FanDuel turf race, right? You would just think he has to be tighter. And he's getting an extra half a furlong out of the Troy. The Troy is 5.5 panels. This is 6. I mean, he's way outside. I don't particularly like that, but he has enough gate speed to get out and get over and maybe sit maybe 1 or 2 wide, 3rd or 4th. But again, the 2 outside horses are just classy horses. And the number 11, Stubbings, is 12-1, and I love that about him, and I love the fact that this is the second race off the layoff, and he has Luis Saez up. And number 12, Imprimis, has 6-1. Wow, what value on the two outside horses. Again, coming off of a layoff into August, and now off of a 36-day layoff, so he should be tighter. And that's the way that this goes. So there's your field of 12 in this here FanDuel Turf Sprint on Saturday, which is carded as the 8th race at Kentucky Downs for a cool $1 million. So this is all mean business. Everybody's been pointing to this race that's in here, particularly the two outside horses. You can see how they're being campaigned into this race. So I can understand it, and I can see what I'm going to do. So you say, well, what do you do here? I'm telling you, this is a tough race. You're going to have to make an opinion on your own. I do have a small opinion. I know who I don't like in the race. So first of all, the speed of the race is the number 3 horse, Bombard. Bombard will be setting the pace real fast, quick, and in a hurry with Mr. Pratt and Mr. Mandela. The speed figures are absolutely in line here. There's no reason this horse cannot go out and go, you know, gate to wire. There is just no reason. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and lean to Stubbings. I mean, Stubbings is 12-1 on the outside. And, you know, it's his second race off the layoff, like I said. It is Doug O'Neill. We do have Luis Saez up. And I just think that his last speed figure is just as good as anybody else's in here, including the number 3 horse. You know, so again, Stubbings, I just cannot believe is 12-1 on the morning line. That is just baffling to me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make Stubbings our first pick in this race. You know, it's really hard. You know, I'll go ahead and take Stubbings as our first pick. And our second pick in the race is going to be the number 12, Empress. I mean, the horse is just too good at 6-1. Imprimis, he's just too good at 6-1 and not to play this horse. So I like the 11 and the 12 out here. I particularly love the 11 Stubbings at 12-1. That's just crazy. So here's going to be my top pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick number 11 on top and the number 3 horse as my second choice because he is the speed and he does have classy Richard Mandela. That is Bombard. And I'm going to pick the number 12 horse as my, they're very close. I don't know how to separate them, but I do like the 2 outside horses a little here. Actually a bunch, particularly their value. So if I'm going to go down burning, I'm going to go down burning with a price. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 outside horses, Stubbings at 12-1, and of course Bombard, who's 10-1, who's the engine. So I'm going to have them up front, and I'm going to have them coming from the rear. Again, there's some very nice sprinters in here. Casa Creed, of course, Got Stormy, and of course Gear Jockey. There's just a wonderful betting race. So make sure you get your value. If you play the body of the race, I would suggest here's a good time to find that BOX button, the box button, and make sure you drive some value in there. You know, box 3 or 4 of them in the try or exactas, and sit back and enjoy a sprint race of a bunch of talented horses. So there you go in your FanDuel Sprint Turf 8th race on Saturday at that place called Kentucky Downs, where you take your life into your own hands, right? Prices everywhere. Your Speed King is going to make a stand. We're going to go ahead and take Stubbings as the horse to run him down at 12-1. And our second choice in here is going to be the Speed. You know Speed is king. There was no way I was getting away from not being close to the front. Bombard, the number 3 horse, and of course Imprimis, the number 12. So we like the 11, 3, 12. That's right, in this order. As always, folks, if you're watching this video, down in the description, see our disclaimer. And one thing to always remember, stay classy in all you do. Don't ever change. And if those folks ever go low on you, and they will out here, you know what to do. Go high. Stay classy in all you do. We like Stubbings. Very big price. Bombard on the front. And I don't know, Imprimis should be coming very quickly. There you go. Let's get Stubbings around the race course, y'all. Talk to you.